20-Minute Trader is simply an academy of a decent-sized team of customer service professionals and expert mentors with a library of video course content laid out in an easy-to-digest approach to learning how to use lines on a chart to gain an advantage with predicting very short trades in the market. It is also a thriving community of thousands of members interacting with one another as they build their confidence and competence with trading. We are geared towards non-traders and beginners that are sick of sitting on the sidelines while day traders make their moves and they want in on the action, but are too busy or are unhappy with complicated methods that require many hours of trading. The most popular route for a newcomer is to simply try it out for a few weeks by watching our 75-minute video course at their own pace that outlines clearly one predictable pattern, precisely how to see it on the charts that we show you how to use, and practice trade it with a demo account. This course and how much it costs is way less than you'd think. The next question people ask me is, how much does one need to invest in order to try to make money in the market? The obvious answer is as much as one can afford. But let me give you some better data here. I would say that setting aside $1,000 to $2,000 would be a sensible starting point that could keep you going for months if you don't gamble or do emotional trading, but instead follow a sensible path of habit building and consistency with good risk management. But the bare minimum is no less than $300 with which to invest. One must never use any money which is not expendable when they decide to get into any type of trading. We also have a mentorship and community club that can go as high as $997 per month and as low as $40 per month, depending on your level of commitment, the amount of service that you'd like to access, and how much money you're playing with. What problems could I run into, you ask? Well, according to our most recent surveys, 64% of those who paid for one of our classes and or access to our mentors were profitable with the strategy. And 36% either broke even or failed with it. Compare this to the overall average of day trading success, which ranges from 13% on one study to only 1% on another study, which means anywhere from 87% to 99% of day traders fail. So obviously, one of the problems you could run into is failing to be profitable. Some ask, what about our refund policy? We always refund with no questions asked. The only times we have ever failed to refund somebody who was eligible was when they requested it from an unknown email address and we didn't know who they were, or they misspelled our email address and sent it, and of course we never got it. Lastly, in any trading environment, a person can become addicted to trading just like gambling, and they can find themselves over trading and losing money in a frantic, desperate way. We set up safeguards against this within our community by heavy focus on responsible habit building and even insisting upon daily lockouts, where the trading platform actually allows you to set an unalterable lockout when you hit a certain preset loss level or profit level. Not doing this makes temptation dominate when traders get emotional, which always leads to losing much more than one should. Losses are inevitable. Dealing with them properly is the road to success. Now, how does 20-Minute Trader compare to other competitors? In other programs, they require 4 to 8 hours per day of commitment on trading activities. In our programs, we truly only require 5 to 20 minutes of trading time daily. Secondly, other programs generally require personal investment capital to risk one's own money in the markets. Whereas with 20-Minute Trader, we prefer using funded accounts where a trader can actually have a chance to access tens of thousands of dollars to trade with using only hundreds of dollars if they are able to demonstrate competence and consistency with their trading. For instance, at this time, I'm using hundreds of thousands of dollars to trade with, but it is not my own money. But even though it is not my own money, I get to have the majority of the profits from it. I was able to access this large sum through special programs that are very beginner friendly, that reward traders who can make steady gains and prove competence. This is not as common in other trading schools. In ours, we show how it all works on day one. But the primary difference that we have compared to others is access to help and mentorship. With some of our lowest tier memberships, folks can access unlimited live support for help on setting up their charts, learning predictable pattern spotting, knowing what buttons to push on their trading accounts, help with trading mindset and strategy, and pretty much anything else that could be needed on their journey. There's no other program that offers this level of fast response and live support without paying a lot. And yes, canceling a subscription is very easy to do. Lastly is our transparency on results from our students. In most other programs, there is a guru that is exceptional at trading and some great testimonials from some exceptional students. Yes, we do the same thing, but what we also do is survey all of our students and then publish the results of our surveys. What questions were asked precisely and how many responded with what answers. This gives one typical results and probabilities of success or failure. So what exactly then is 20-minute trading? It's this pattern here that we have identified in numerous stocks or other instruments. This blue line is the one we are trading and predicting, and this orange line is the one that we use for our predictions. We put both of these lines on a chart and we watch how they interact with one another. When these two lines sync up and drop together in a mutual downtrend, that begins our pattern. Once we see the blue line flatten out and the orange line pop up independently, that's when we buy. And then we sell it when it moves up in response. We also sell it for a loss if it moves down in response. And we play the odds that we are right more than we're wrong. In essence, we play it like we are the casino instead of the player by making our odds of winning higher than the house. In terms of getting access to funding, we like to use what is called a prop firm, which is short for a proprietary trading firm. While that sounds like a big, scary word, it's not. These platforms are easier to trade and learn to grow on than regular platforms, in my opinion. They often have intuitive controls and good lessons to learn how to do it. This is how one gains access to funded trading, like I mentioned earlier. So here's the pathway to discovering a pattern and setting it up to trade with it. Number one, the first thing I would do is if I were planning to do 20-minute trading on my own, I'd be looking into funded trading by researching proprietary trading firms and choosing the one that you like best. There are dozens out there, and it's important that you find the one that fits your needs most. Number two, choose any one of the tradable instruments on that platform. There are dozens to choose from. The one you choose is your blue line. The blue line is the one that we are attempting to predict and attempting to trade. Then you need an orange line. This is our predictor, the thing that we use to determine when we plan to jump in on a trade. For this line, you choose an index. An index is a metric used by economists and investors to get an idea of how the market is doing in general. You've no doubt heard of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or the NASDAQ 100, or the S&P 500. These are the three indexes from which you can choose your predictor line, the orange line. Number three, place these on your chart and begin your research. This is the pattern that we seek to find. The blue line and the orange line trend downwards together for some time, for a short or long period. At some point, the blue line flattens out, then the orange line often jumps up independently, signaling and predicting the blue line's follow-up jump. It is this jump that we like to trade. So you can see that the blue line forms a U shape, like the letter U. This is what we are expecting to happen. And the orange line tells us when we think the right side of the U will appear. In other words, we want to see the orange line tell us when the blue line plans to jump up. Once you've practiced this with some fake accounts for a while, you will have judgment and familiarity, and if your testing is good, you should have a nice, useful, predictable pattern. I did this exact technique and was up and running in 6 weeks. This information is free, and you are welcome to get rolling on this right away. If, however, you'd like us to do a bunch of this work for you, we have services like that which are incredibly affordable and which can save you the 6 weeks of research. Let me describe it. We put together a 75-minute video course that walks you through setting up your charts and learning the trading platform. We give you a pattern that we like with all of its details, and we have guides and mentors that hold your hand the whole time, step by step. We even have recordings of this pattern so you can watch them over and over and get familiar with them so that when you see them in the real market, you can go, aha, look at that. That's the one that I'm looking for. I've seen that a dozen times now, and you'll be able to have better judgment. You'll get one of our best patterns and our best mentors to red carpet you into this fast track style. So if you sign up for it, the way it works is you're enrolled into the 20-Minute Trader Club for 30 days for free. And if you want to stay in the club after 30 days, you will need to pay a low monthly fee for continued unlimited mentorship, guidance, access to the materials, and a daily pre-market weather report, and even daily huddles going over your trades and others' trades to maximize your skills. I think you'll find the prices pretty delightful. Check it out below. And to summarize everything, you'll be getting one of our best patterns, all the details connected with it, many recordings of it in real time to gain familiarity and judgment you need to spot it in the real markets, and you'll have guidance the whole way with patient and knowledgeable mentors, making sure you have no unanswered questions or other issues that throw you off on your journey. Click below and check out the offer.